Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back again to Wheel Takes, a podcast about the Wheel of Time, a series of fantasy books written by Robert Jordan and completed by Brandon Sanderson. My name's Gus. I've read all of them.
And I'm Allie, and I'm on the way.
Exactly where?
On book 12... 13, chapter 8.
9.
This
podcast only contains spoilers for what Allie's already read, and again, today that's everything up to and including Towers of Midnight, chapter 9. We are coming to you today outside, sitting in a green lawn, looking at mountains. We're on the road, so we're recording on a cell phone today. Might do this one a little bit piecemeal, just because of the demands of time. But, yeah, it's a beautiful day here where we're at, and I hope it's a beautiful day where you are. It felt very radio announcer, but...
It did.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm
it.
really tranquil right now. Things are really pretty where we are. I'm sitting under aspen trees, and anytime you're around aspen, there's a tiny little itty-bitty green bug crawling on my leg. Look at this. It's so small.
It's the smallest
It's
thing.
so small. I'm going to gently blow it off. Hold on. That didn't work. It might just live here now. Allie, we're here to talk about chapters 8 and 9 of Towers of Midnight. Who is the narrator of these?
Matt.
That is one Matt from Coffin. Haven't seen him in a bit, as I recall. How's he doing?
He's doing all right. He's, well, not all right, because the Golem has finally found him.
Yeah, Golem.
Which I have been predicting. I feel like I predicted that on the frickin'... What's it called?
Bingo sheet?
Yeah, but
I'm sure you
looking at
mentioned
it, and it's not there.
That's shocking and hilarious.
But I think that's because I predicted it last book.
Yeah, you've predicted it,
So
I think,
didn't
every
bring it
book
forward.
since book 8.
That's so annoying.
Because the last time you had to deal with the Golem was on the 5 flights of stairs building.
I honestly forgot he existed.
The Golem, yeah.
Because he's been on ice for...
5 books?
Yeah.
He was an 8, actually. He was an 8 for like 1 second.
Yes.
And then he wasn't in 9, wasn't in 10, wasn't in 11, wasn't in 12. Or if he was in any of those, it was just for a snippet.
Yeah.
But here we are in 13, and it looks like he's back in force.
He is back and forth, and I feel like, yeah, I mean, he got away.
He did.
Which, classic, because we can't, we have to have all the villains on the table.
Well, and the other question, how would one kill him?
Well,
is kind of the question. He seems to be borderline
that's
unkillable.
Got to be something we've got to figure out.
Or do we even call the Golem a he? Is it more of an it?
Feels like an it. But,
Feels like more of an it.
But it left, which leads me to believe that it can be killed, right? Because if not, then why not just continue on your assault?
Yeah.
Right?
What?
So then now I'm like, oh, what were they doing at the time that it left?
I suppose we also have to remember what was the other part of its directive.
The other part of its directive was kill everybody kind of like associated with Matt as well.
What was the other part of its directive?
I don't remember.
Avoid being noticed if possible.
Oh. Well, he was definitely noticed.
Yeah.
So that was kind of he definitely was noticed by several people.
We'll get into that when we reach that section.
We lost a few guys.
We lost at least one guy we've known for quite a long time.
I know.
We'll get into that in a second.
Rip, what's his face? Forget his name. The servant guy.
Yeah, Lopan.
I was actually quite sad about that
Lopar?
one. Surprisingly, considering I couldn't remember his name, I was actually sad about that one.
Lopan.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was, because there was the whole sad thing with Nelician in Crown of Swords. Also got killed in the fight with the Golem, as I recall.
Right.
And Lopan was really sad about that.
I know.
And now he
got
has
killed by
met
the
a similar
Golem.
fate,
Yeah.
if not the same fate. But we'll get into that in a minute. Before we do all that, though, Allie, do you have any notes? We're going to talk about Chapter 8 first.
Just a couple.
You took some notes.
I guess I kind of forgot about notes partway through.
Just like
I
Robert
said,
Jordan
this
forgot
Golem
about the Golem.
only took 7 to 10 business months to attack. As if
Well, that's Chapter 9.
What?
You're looking at Chapter 9.
Oh,
Go
wait.
back to Chapter 8.
Oh.
Yeah.
My bad.
Because the Golem doesn't really show up until chapter 9. We have a whole chapter before we get there, which is why I wanted to do 2 chapters, because I was like, okay, we could do just the lead-up chapter, or...
Well, then I only really have like 2 things for chapter 9.
That's okay.
But I said Golem alert with many exclamation points, and then I said ToM threw a knife at him through true friendship.
Oh, yeah.
Because some people might have been like, wow, that looks like it sucks, and like run away. They are talking about Genji. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they were just talking about... Oh, yeah, whatever. We are making plans.
Yes, we are.
To go to Genji. I said, call the travel agent. We're going to Genji. And I said, Varen will not come back, bro, unless she's Jesus. Which we already have that.
We already have that.
So I don't think it's going to be her. And then I put in all caps, yippee, we're going. Bell kicks and joy. And then I said, oh, fuck.
Yeah, so chapter 8, the 7 stripe less. This is the chapter logo. What is it?
It is a dice.
It's dice.
Like a thing of dice. But here's the thing. Can I rant about one thing really fast?
Yeah, that's the point.
So I was all excited this chapter because we're finally like, yes, Genji time. It is time for the Genj. Let's go, Tower. Let's go, Matt probably losing an eye. Let's go, like, all of my bingo slots. Let's go. And then the Golem's like, all right, you know what? This is the time. Not all those books where like nothing was happening.
Yeah.
No offense. Everyone's like, this flag's not real. It is. We could have attacked at any point during that.
Yeah, didn't do that.
Big stretch of time since Tylan. Like, Tylan died when?
Book 8.
Okay, so books 8 through 12 we had, or 13 now, right? We had Matt in a will they, won't they with the Empress of Evil.
Yeah.
And... which I'm like, all due respect, Matt has the worst women in these books.
Yeah, he goes directly from touchy
sexual
McGee.
assailant McGee. Yeah, I was literally going to say McGee too.
Yeah.
Sexual assailant McGee.
No offense to the McGees
theorist.
out there. I know some lovely McGees.
I personally want to quarrel with the McGees. No,
you know one.
I know.
Yeah.
But so, I feel that we could have, in the time since Tylan, so in 80,000 books since then, have had any point in which we could have attacked. But no, we have to do it right before Allie's hopes and dreams come true. Which, you know what? I don't want to complain.
Yeah, we're still getting a Golem attack.
I'm still pleased. Pleased is probably the wrong word. I'm
excited.
It was still very exciting.
You're making the Allie champ face a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I was like, finally, we've got him. We're cooking again. We're back. We're so back, baby. But then also, I was like, but we were about to go. We were about to do the thing I've been waiting for also many books now.
Yeah.
I guess there's
fewer books.
Because I'm worried that this is going to become. Here's what I'm really worried about. I'm really worried about my bingo, because if this becomes Quest to Kill Golem. That throws off my timeline for when Moraine gets saved pretty significantly.
Well, Matt already has a time constraint, though. You remember his time constraint?
To save Moraine?
No. He has a reason he can't do it yet.
Why?
And it's something that actually comes up immediately.
I forget.
Beginning of the chapter.
Why?
Matt sat on a warm stool, his arms leaning against a dark wooden bar counter.
Well, he has a letter from Varen.
Matt flipped a folded letter between 2 fingers of his right hand. That letter, on thick paper, was sealed with a glob of blood-red wax. He'd been carrying it only a short time, but it was already a source of as much aggravation to him as any woman. Well, maybe not a nice guy.
It's still sealed?
Yes. Do you remember the stipulation?
No, I forget.
Okay.
I forgot about this letter.
Varen gave him this letter right before she went to Egwene. And she said, you have to promise me that if you open it, you will do what it says. And he says, I'm not going to, no. And she goes, okay, fine. You don't have to open it. But if you don't open it, wait 30 days. And then you can leave Camelin.
What?
This was, I believe, in exchange for agreeing to gateway him to Camelin.
And so she's like, okay.
She said, okay, I will do this for you, but you have to do what it says in this letter after I leave. And he goes...
how can she guarantee that that's going to happen?
Because she made him swear an oath on it.
So we've got basically Pandora's box, the letter.
Yeah.
With basically the book's equivalent of Pandora. So that he's not going to last 30 days without opening that thing.
Well, if he opens it, he has to do what it says.
I understand, but like we're talking about Matt Cawthon here.
Right.
Like, knifey boy. Like, he can't... I know my ADHD king. we cannot resist a button
Right.
that we can't press.
This is the same thing. Varen said the same thing,
Yes,
right?
she
She
took
said,
a
"I'm going to
gamble.
give this to Matt. He's gonna open it.
He's gonna open
He's
it.
gonna open it."
Yeah.
Right?
Honestly, I'm surprised he's lasted this long.
It is pretty impressive.
Because I would have lasted about 30 seconds.
About a day, if
yeah.
that.
I would have, yeah. Because the curiosity that just like eats me. Yeah, he has to open it.
Burn Varen for doing this to him. She held him by his oath like a fish caught on a hook.
See,
and
my ADHD king, he can't resist it.
I like that the name he has come up with, the nickname, the hiding name, is very close to his actual name.
What is it?
It's not Master Cawthon, it's Master Crimson.
Okay, here's my thinking about this. One, everybody in the books comes up with the worst secret identities possible. However, there is also a genius in it, because if you have it close enough to your name, then then you will probably react to the name. Because if somebody goes like Mr. Jones and he doesn't react, I'm not turning around. But if it's like Bus instead of Gus, like you would turn around probably because of just the sound.
There's a whole Simpsons episode where he has to go into witness protection. I don't remember the name they give him, but it's a whole long scene where they're trying to get him to respond to the name and telling him, no, that's you. And Homer keeps, it's very funny. I'll see if I can find the clip. But
no, it's super tough.
Yeah.
That would be hard for me, having a secret
I think it's
name.
Hello, Mr. Johnson. No, it would be tough. It'd be tough.
Yeah. So, while it's close in a way where you're like, okay, you're also kind of like, yeah, but he would respond if someone called him that probably, or like have a better chance of responding. And they do say like with a lie, having a lie be as close to the truth as possible is always the move.
Matt's at a bar. He's drinking with innkeeper Melly Crabe. And
great name.
What is the other silly, goofy kind of Robert Jordan-y character thing that is going on with Matt? People will say it's Brandon exclusive, wwhatever, throughout this whole section.
Oh, shit, I can't remember.
He keeps on thinking about how attractive women are and then going, for ToM, for Tolmanis, because I'm married. Here we go, hold on.
I have a lot of thoughts about this.
Matt would have given her his best smile. There was not a woman he'd met who did not melt for his best smile, but he was a married man now. He could not go breaking hearts, it would not be right, though leaning as she did, showed some ample bosom. She was a short woman, but she kept the area behind the bar raised. Yes, nice bosom, indeed. He figured she'd be good for a bit of kissing, perhaps tucked into one of the booths at the back of the tavern. Of course, Matt did not look at women anymore. Not like that.
No,
he did not think about her for him to kiss. Maybe for Tolmanis. He was so stiff, a good kiss and cuddle would do him good.
I mean, one, I don't think this is Brandon Sanderson exclusive, because I believe that in a Robert Jordan book, he put a coin down a woman's boobs.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the, I'm not looking at women, I'm thinking about women for other men. He frequently would do stuff like put coins in women's boobs, yes.
I feel like when you're married, you don't necessarily stop noticing that people are attractive.
Right. You don't necessarily go blind.
No, you're married, you're not dead.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the way that you think about it hopefully changes.
Yeah.
The like calculating making out with them thing
That
stops.
part kind of weird, Matt.
Yeah, like that part is the part that I'm like hung up on. Is I'm like the plotting of like getting them alone and stuff is like, yee.
I don't think he's plotting anything. He's like, it'd be fun to. He's fantasizing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that's hugely different.
I think it's this thing of like you notice and then you're like, shut that down though. Like you don't don't feed it.
Is
like,
that not what he's doing in a way?
You don't feed it. I feel like he's feeding it.
Well,
I
he's
feel
saying,
like he's
not for me
feeding
though.
it, but
No, yeah.
But the pivot happens a little late.
Sure.
Do you know what? For my taste,
It is a full paragraph.
For my taste,
it
of
is
like
two
the
full
pivot,
paragraphs.
Listen, I'm not here to be the thought police for anyone in particular. I'm just like, I think that a lot of the time we get into trouble as a society, as a species, when we feed thoughts
Sure.
for too long.
Yeah.
when you go down a path for too long, it starts to become, I don't know. I'm struggling with how to kind of like talk about this. I guess you kind of go like, oh, that person's attractive. Anyway, cool. Like that's kind of like, I feel like when you're in a monogamous married relationship, that's like about as much noticing as I feel like is
I get that.
Appropriate. Like, because once you get to the fantasizing stage, I'm like, that once you start allowing that train of thought to go, because we have control over our thoughts to a certain, like you do have the ability to go, I'm going to pivot away from that because I'm starting to go down a path of like planning on how to cheat on my wife.
Right, that is a different thing.
Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, you know.
I do also think it's important to mention with the Matt situation, he didn't have a choice in the getting married thing. I think that colors this a little bit. Well, he thinks he does.
Well, he thinks a lot of things that I just fundamentally disagree with.
Yeah.
Like, I think
I'm not saying it's cool to cheat on people in arrangement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I feel like there's a lot of nuance to unpack here, which is why I'm like,
there's a lot we could spend talking about here, but I don't think that's the most important thing in the chapter.
Forced into this in a way.
Yeah.
Where like, it's not his choice as overtly as like, say, Lan and Nynaeve, where I'm like, you make a solemn vow to somebody that you love deeply that you will not, betray them fundamentally, so that, you can relax in your life with at least one person,
right,
without fear that person is going to rip the rug out from under you, right, utterly, even though it's still a possibility. Right. You're like, I'm taking a gamble on you that you're not going to fuck me up so much that I have to have therapy for 1,000 years. Yeah. So like, you have to kind of be very thoughtful about the person that you pick, because it's like, just because they're fun to hang out with does not make them lifelong material. Life
partner material necessarily.
Yeah. Like, I know plenty of people who are like, yeah, like the dating stage was great, and then you get married and have kids, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, the person I married is the person I married. Like, they were really fun, and they don't want to stop having fun long enough to like help me with the kid, it's things like that. But like, you hopefully enter into a marriage with your eyes wide open about who a person is, which is why it's always shocking to me when people are like, I've known this person, and maybe this is just me because we knew each other
forever and ever,
10 years before we got married, and we're together for 8 years.
Yeah.
So by then I felt like I knew you pretty fucking well.
Pretty well.
When people are like, I married him and we knew each other 6 months.
It's surprising.
I'm like,
I wouldn't say surprising, but I go, you got a lot to learn probably.
And I don't.
Many people have this happen and works out perfectly fine.
This can work. And
my dear friend's parents met and got engaged in like a month.
I think that maybe I'm just somebody, maybe because I'm a child of divorce. Yeah. And so I've seen firsthand how these things can go. And my parents have been married each more than once. Yeah. I feel like I find that decision to be wild just for me personally, because I'm like, you are trusting someone with your mental health, your physical health, your future, your heart, your life. Like, because I mean, statistically also, your spouse is the most likely person to kill you. Like,
I think we've wandered a little far afield.
No, but I'm just, because it's all related, because I think he was kind of ill-prepared for, and like, I don't think they've known each other.
They barely know each other at all.
They barely know each other. I think he's very young. Also, what is he, 20?
They're about 22 now.
To me, they have the makings of a mulligan marriage, if you know what I mean. Like, in golf, a mulligan is like a false start.
I think, and I think the other thing is he didn't have a choice in this, and he's had no time to adjust.
I just feel like Matt has had like no agency in any of his like relationships with women.
Yes, correct.
And that is troubling to me, because I feel like nothing has been his choice.
There are people who say that's his comeuppance for slapping barmaids' butts and stuff. I don't agree with that.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I don't like that.
I don't know if we want to go the justice for sexual assault is more sexual assault.
I don't think so.
I mean, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, right? Like, I don't necessarily like this idea of like, oh, vigilante justice is like,
Yeah.
I mean, I get that karma's a thing, and you know, we've talked about this, I think, a bit on the podcast about the nature of that, but I think karma is more like you having to live with who you are.
Right.
And also, like, if you do a bad thing, you then are perpetuating, okay, I get to live in a world where these bad things happen, you know? Like, but. So I think there's a lot of nuance to unpack here about his checking people out, because I think he's very young.
Yeah.
In my mind, too young to be married, and I don't mean to put that on people.
He just got married by accident to a woman who is the head of a slaving empire.
Yeah.
He has had very little time to adjust. I
don't think she's morally a very good person, to be honest with you.
I agree with this. I also find this whole thing really funny.
Yeah.
Because he's rewriting his thought process on the fly, and I think it's very funny.
Well, yeah, and I think that's what you should do. But I think him catching the thoughts is very late on, which I find, like, I'm just sitting there going...
I know, but it's Matt, and Matt has never been self-aware in any capacity.
Like skipping down the road of cheating.
I know, but I don't think he's gonna.
No, because I would be afraid for my life if I cheated on that one.
Yeah. So all this going on, Melly Crabe, he's like, she grabs the letter, she goes, well, I could open it, and I could tell you what's in it. And he's like, no, that's the same thing. And then she starts, like, peeling off the seal. Like, no, give me the fucking letter, Melly. Stop it.
That's wildly... Mail fraud.
You never did tell me who it was from, Melly said. She's a lover, isn't she? Got you tied up in her strings? Matt is like, I mean, no, but also yes. No to the first part. Yes to the second part.
This line of questioning is crazy.
Yeah. And then, anyway, eventually he gets out of this situation, and he's at a bar, he's drinking.
Well, also she's like openly hitting on him, and not one point does he go, I'm married.
So is she. She's doing customer service customer service flirting. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's openly hitting on him, and I feel like, you know, it's that thing where, like, you start to notice the vibe, and you just immediately figure out how to drop into the conversation that you have a spouse in a casual way. You're like, it's like my husband always says.
Yeah.
You know, la-di-da-di-da. I feel like, I don't know. He's just very young, and I just don't think that he is as into her as he thinks he is.
Well, actually, hold on. I'm sorry, because later, the bouncer, Berg, eyed him. Berg had a face ugly enough to make his own mother wince. The shoulder thumper did not like Matt, and from the way Berg looked at Melly, that was probably because he figured Matt was trying to make eyes at his woman. Never mind that Matt had explained he was married and did not do that sort of thing any longer. Some men would be jealous no matter what they were told.
Well...
The whole thing is very silly. I mean, like, I think that none of this is meant to be... I don't disagree with reading this seriously.
Seriously, but I just, I don't know. I always feel like men having a wandering eye is a lot of the time viewed as, like, funny. I just am really interested to think about what a woman character who has just gotten married, who is thinking these kinds of thoughts, how she would be received.
I agree.
By the general public. I don't think it would be as like something funny.
Yeah, I understand.
don't think people would find that funny. I think it's interesting. Like, there's just a double standard, I think.
We're gonna take an ad break, and then we'll be right back. Welcome back. So yeah, Matt's at the bar. He's wearing a lace coat with just a little. His fashion sense is evolving. Reminder: what else is going on that is concerning about Matt and Perrin?
They can see each other when they think about each other.
Not that. Somebody has circulated pictures of them to all the dark friends.
Oh,
remember?
Right.
Which, in hindsight, is where Varen got the picture.
Oh.
Of him.
Okay.
Is that...
Oh, sure.
She was a dark friend.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
she said, I got this from dark friends. And it's like, well, yeah, you did. Because you're one.
Now, where did they get the picture?
There was several books ago the Forsaken were like, let's fuck these guys up.
Yeah, but, like, where did they get the picture?
It's a sketch.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming it's a sketch, but, like, did they describe the sketch to the person, or did because it's not like Matt and Perrin sat for the sketch.
They've seen, this has been enough people have seen them, I think.
Where they just had somebody describe them,
Yeah.
like a police sketch guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes eyes at a serving girl and thinks about how she would be good for Tom.
Again, we should not be making eyes.
He was a married man, could not afford to charm her, but he could keep an eye out for his friends. Tom might like her.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that is the fun of being married, is you start, like, thinking, oh, this person's great. Like, I know somebody who would be great with them. That is fun. The matchmaking is fun. I'm just saying, making eyes.
He grins at her. Look, I agree with you, but I think that for the most part, his behavior is...
I mean, here's the thing. We can't always control our thoughts. We can't control our response to our thoughts.
No, I know, yeah.
I'm just like, it could be a dangerous path.
I agree.
Path.
Matt leaves this bar. He goes to another bar called the Dead Man's Breath. He's dicing with, I mean, a lot of stuff is kind of... He gets some news from these people, which is about what that you started talking about immediately?
The golem?
The golem.
Very exciting.
Guy with his throat ripped out without blood. Matt is like, beg your fucking pardon.
Always
and then
a good sign.
He leaves. He runs out.
Bloodless corpse. Always good.
Runs
Always
to
the work of something very normal and chill.
The Forsaken hunting him, a picture of his face in the pocket of every footpad in the city, and a corpse killed and drained of its blood. That could only mean one thing. The golem was in Camelin. It seemed impossible that it could have gotten here this quickly.
How did they make copies?
I think they just
they don't
had
have a copier.
like a scribe sit down and copy it 100 times.
Over and over and over again?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, no, they have a printing press.
Yeah, but they don't have, like, their faces printing pressed. Like, I thought about the printing press thing. Believe me, I thought about it.
Maybe
but
they made an etching. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they do have... That's one of the things about the Industrial Revolution, or rather the breaking. They kept the printing press.
Or they just kidnapped a bunch of amateur...
Scribes?
Yeah, they just...
Yeah, maybe.
Kidnapped, like, half of NYU.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, scribe.
He's stressed out. He hasn't talked to Elaine yet. He's tried to talk to Elaine, but Elaine won't talk to him, and he's like, wow, how
Always
ungrateful.
Why not?
He had sent word to her, but had not gotten a reply. How was that for gratitude? By his count, he'd saved her life twice. Once should have been enough to reduce her to tears and kisses, but he had not even seen a peck on the cheek. Not that he wanted one. Not from royalty. Best to avoid them. You're married to a bloody high lady of the Shanchan, he thought. Daughter of the Empress herself. There was no avoiding royalty. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, and now she's probably the Empress. So...
Well, we know that she has declared herself at this point.
Right.
The chapter called The Death of Tuon. Remember? You were so excited.
Oh yeah.
What else is he trying to get done while in Camelin, by the way? It involves bell founders and ironworks.
Oh, he's trying to get the cannons made.
Trying to get the dragons made. Oh, an ambulance going by. He's just chilling, gambling, and he's like, I'm supposed to be fucking around. I don't want to deal with this. I'm supposed to just sit here for 30 days fucking around. I don't want to do this.
I'm on vacay.
He gets... Oh, God, this part. He gets this whole stressful, like, trauma response thing about how he left Tylan tied up under the bed and the golem tore her head off and he feels bad about it.
Well, to be fair, you couldn't have seen that coming.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Trauma responses are trauma responses, but...
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so there's a lot of him thinking and a lot of recap. He goes to the inn where Tom is performing
Tylan sucks.
Tylan fucking sucks.
Listen, I don't think she deserved... Well...
To literally get her head torn off?
I don't know. It's nuance.
He goes to the...
I don't want to be like, sexual assailants deserve... Yeah, well... I don't want to be out here defending sexual assailants.
Right. I know.
But I'm also like, again, justice, like,
Yeah.
It's a whole topic.
Anyway, I don't need to go through every piece of this. He goes to the inn where Tom's performing. What happens? You pointed out in your notes.
Tom throws a knife at him.
Tom hucks a knife at him. Because what?
Because Matt annoyed him.
No.
Oh, fuck.
He goes down to the stage and he's like, all right, time to go. He starts scooping up the coins.
Oh.
And Tom hucks a knife at him and pins his sleeve to the table. Mm-hmm. And Matt is like, what the fuck? This is a nice coat. You're such a dick, Tom. and ToM goes, "Be glad I did not aim for the hand." "I almost wish you would have," Matt said. "Blood would not have shown that much on the black, but the stitching will be obvious. Just because you wear more patches than cloak doesn't mean I want to imitate you." "And you complain you're not a lord." "I'm not." "And never mind what Tuon said, burn you. I'm no bloody nobleman." "Ever heard of a farmer complaining that his coat stitches would show?" "You don't have to be a lord to want to dress with some sense."
I feel as though Matt has gotten used to the finer things.
He really has. Matt and Nynaeve's journey from who they were at the beginning of the books to people who like nice clothing is one of my favorite little subtle things to catch on a reread.
Hey, you know, nice clothing is nice.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with loving fashion.
Tells him about the Golam, and ToM is like, "Well, you know, you could open the letter," and Matt is like, "I could also not open the letter, and we could just wait it out." So they go back to camp.
But you're gonna. But is this gonna be...
What if the letter says stay in Camelin for a year, right? What if the letter says, you know, go to Tar Valon and tell so-and-so, because, you know, what if the letter says take the band of the Red Hand and sail across the sea? What if the letter says...
I'm assuming the letter says go save Moraine, you dumbass.
They already know to do that.
Well, yeah, but he's like hemming and hawing about it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah, because what other side quest could there be? What other thing does Matt need to do?
Well, and the other question, why does she say, okay, then if you don't open it, just stay in Camelin?
Or what if it's that she knows where, I don't know, maybe she knows where Daemon Dread is, or maybe she knows... Then why would she wait? Why would she give Matt that information?
Matt's got a private army.
Or maybe it's a way to get into Genji.
Matt's got a private army. None of the other people have a private army. Perrin kind of does.
What would we need? Well, okay, wait. Let's sit with this.
No, I'm saying if you're thinking about it being like a Forsaken or a military threat, then that would be the reason.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because okay, so Varen before she died, right, compiled a list of everyone, like her whole thing was like tracking all of the Dark Friends.
Black Aja
specifically in the White Tower, figuring out who they are. So it's got to have something to do, I think, probably, with her work, right?
It would make sense.
Because just thinking about it from an authorial perspective, right? We're wanting to create threads in advance of like what I didn't really even linger on this very long while I was reading, but now I'm realizing I should have. So we want that letter reveal because we've talked about it a bunch, and like it's, of course, we love a mystery and we want that letter opened, and that letter's gonna be opened no matter what. And he's gonna open it at a climactic moment that we want it to happen at. Varen's whole thing was like subterfuge, figuring out who and where everyone was, right? So that's why I kind of went with like maybe she knows where Daemon Dread is.
That could work. It could make sense.
Why she would tell Matt that information though is interesting, right?
Well, and why not just come right out and say it?
We know right, exactly. It's like why leave it in a letter and leave it up to chance?
A letter which, realistically, she's expecting will be opened after her death, right?
Did Varen have any extra abilities?
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Like there wasn't any like prophecy.
Sorry, by the way, if there's wind.
But she was very into prophecy, right?
In the first couple of books, yeah.
She had like a lot of interest in prophecy. She like at a certain point like translated or like kind of interpreted.
Dark prophecy, blood.
Yeah,
the first time we saw her
that.
was blood meets blood. Blood calls blood.
Like why leave things up to chance? I guess with maybe, okay, and why Matt? This is interesting. I said the words, why leave things up to chance, and then I like thought about Matt and
right.
and chance.
His whole thing is chance.
And so I'm like, okay, maybe it has something to do with that, because she's leaving things up to chance with a person where chance is their like whole bag.
Right.
Right? So, and she would know that, because she's really observant. She's really smart. She's a lot smarter than people give her credit for.
Oh, I should also, by the way, just speaking of chance, I forgot to mention the dice start rattling when he hears about the Golam.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, of course it would.
Yeah.
I feel like he and the Golam have like a longer... Well, this is interesting because it feels like he's got 3 plots right now. Okay. Right? And so I'm just trying to kind of figure out how they're all going to connect and thread together, because like one is the Moraine, Save Moraine plot, right? Which we're like, that's definitely going to be a thing. I think probably
I mean, it
soon,
makes sense.
because it feels like
And look,
next book is going to be like, it's going to be too rushed.
You've
so it
seen
feels
the
like it's
cover
gotta
of
be
the
this
book.
But then we've got the golem.
Yeah.
So, and he's kind of got to have this like memory thing worked out and all that stuff. So I'm like, I don't feel like the letter's going to be like, go save Moraine, because like that,
we already know
we
that.
already have that
Yeah.
as like a thing he's got to go do. So,
well, and the other thing I want to keep in mind here, why is the alternative to opening the letter stay in Camelin for a month?
that's the other thing I was just
Yeah.
about to get to, is like, why does he need to stay in Camelin? Oh, so does it have to do with Elaine? Is there something surrounding Elaine that is important? Who is near Elaine? Elaine, or who else is in Camelin right now? Just Elaine, right?
Elaine and her crew.
And she won't see him.
She's
he
not
can't
making.
get
She's
close
not
to
making
her.
it a priority.
He can't get close to her to talk to her. Why is he there?
Why is he there?
Yeah.
He was trying
Remind
to
me.
get. Well, he was just marching back east. I mean, if you
So
remember,
he just happens to be in Camelin right now.
Varen said, "I'll gateway you to Camelin, and then you can go wherever you want."
Why did she? So she wants him in Camelin.
Seems like it.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on. Face the. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so she wants him in Camelin for 30 days or whatever is in the letter. So whatever it is, it's got to have been like, I can't leave this, because she's not going to leave something up to chance if it's important. And if it's important enough to visit him right before she died, take him to Camelin and then give him this letter. So she's got to think that if he stays in Camelin, either way it's a win. Like either because she's not going to leave it up to chance. So either he has to stay in Camelin for 30 days, or the letter gives him some instruction of what he needs to do in Camelin. So it's got to have something to do with Camelin.
Seems reasonable.
What's going on with Elaine right now? She's pregnant,
She said, "Stay in Camelin for 30 days, or until I get back." I believe.
but she knows she's not coming back.
She had a contingency where she might be able to unswear the Dark Oaths, but didn't anticipate that happening.
Right. So
either he waits 30 days, or she comes back being able to tell him,
Comes back early, yeah.
being able to
Like something
betray
goes to hell
the
and-
shadow. Right? Is
Yeah.
the only reason.
So it's got to have
the oaths
something
would
to do
matter.
with something that is happening in Camelin right now. So Elaine's pregnant. We know that with twins. We know that she can't necessarily have anything bad happen to her while she is
can't die.
pregnant. Well, yeah. She could like lose a finger, I guess.
She could be imprisoned and have all of her limbs cut off, but she can't die.
But she's not going to die while she's pregnant.
Right.
How pregnant is she?
Like 4 months.
Okay, so it's not like she's gonna give birth in the next
She's
30
not.
days.
She's not super pregnant, no.
Okay.
Despite
She's
the
got
fact that it's
guy
been like
near
4
her
books.
who sucks. Right? That guy who keeps like killing people that she sends to follow him. Who's that guy?
David Hanlon.
Yes. And that's kind of like the bulk of what's going on with her, because she's won the throne at this point.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't have anything really happening. So why does she need to... And then what is with the golem? And the golem's instructions are to kill anyone who, like, is close to Matt in any way.
Last we saw David Hanlon, he's in jail. Just to mention that.
And he's building dragons while he's there.
Right.
Okay. So it feels like he has a bunch of plot lines diverging, like converging right now. He's got the Moraine thing. He's got the dragons. He's got the golem. And he's got whatever Varen's letter is. What is the connecting thread between these things? Elaine's pregnancy, David Hanlon. But Elaine doesn't really have a lot going on, so it's got to have something to do with... But it's got to have something to do with her then.
Maybe. Why not give the letter to Elaine?
Could the golem... Could it be about him needing to stay there to figure out how to kill golem?
Maybe.
Because they could be a big problem. Or is it about the dragons?
Well, as far as we know, there's only one golem.
But why does it need to be a secret? Why? And like, what is the timing issue? Like, it's got to be something that is imminent in Camelin that she knows is coming, that potentially has something to do with Elaine, where he can't leave Camelin until this happens. Oh, God, this is going to bug me. Why does he need to stay in Camelin for 30 days? Whatever's in the letter is basically going to tell him the same thing, probably. Because she's smart. She's not going to give this... It doesn't have to do with the dragons because he's building them anyway, so that's not something that she needs to worry about. Who are the chess pieces who are still on the table?
Do you want to sit on this for a while and come back to it, or do you want to continue pondering now?
I feel like Varen's whole thing is secret identities, right?
Well, that was her great work, was exposing the Black Aja.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's the case, why not put it in the book that she gave to Egwene?
Because it has something to do with Elaine and Matt.
Okay.
It's something she knows Elaine and Matt need to do. Maybe but it's got to have something to do with staying in Camelin for 30 days. Because, yeah, like, she's going to give herself, be in position to have a win either way. But she knows Matt Cawthon, and she knows he'll probably open the letter, but
right.
She's going to put herself in a position where worst comes to worst, she wins either way. So him staying in Camelin is important, which implies that something potentially fated is going on in Camelin. Something that she knows is going to be needing his skills, his abilities. Is a battle coming?
What battle would be coming?
To Camelin specifically? That's a really good question. Something where she's like, okay, we need Chance Boy and his army there.
What battle could be coming?
I mean, we just finished off battling for succession.
Right.
So, I mean, it could be a continuation of that where they, like, try again.
It could be.
I doubt it. We know that the... well, I mean, there's a last battle.
Sure.
She wants him to stay in Camelin for the last battle, but that's not going to work because he has to leave to go to Genji.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, unless there's a way to go to Genji.
Well, where is Genji?
Without leaving.
Where is Genji?
Is it nearby?
It's in Western Andor.
Okay.
Right? It's not crazy far.
Yeah, but he's promised her not to leave Camelin specifically.
Right.
I don't think he's going to break that. I mean, he could break the promise.
No.
Nothing's necessarily.
I don't think he would.
But I don't
think he would. So the whole beginning of this chapter is about him saying, "I'm not going to break my word."
Yeah, I don't think he's going to break his word. But I mean, I guess there could be a red door in Camelin, could there be?
Doorways.
He doesn't have to leave Camelin.
I will just tell you this: the doorways in Genji operate under different rules.
Okay.
Just I think this is relevant information. Going through the doorways is like entering a foyer. Going in through Genji is like breaking a window.
And you'd want to do that because you don't want them to like expect you coming, right? Okay. Yeah. All right. And like he's got his whole Chance thing, and she knows about that, and he's got his like holes in his memory, and he's got all this like battle knowledge out of nowhere. I feel like it's got to have to do with battles
battle?
interest him.
Battles do interest him from day one.
So, okay, yeah, I guess she wants him there for the last battle. Could be, or there's something else coming. I mean, Lan's going to the Blight. The Blight's coming southward.
Yeah,
Could have something to do with that.
Everybody has always the Tarwin's Gap is the place, right?
Right.
So.
But Andor's far away from that.
Andor is far away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, you can mull on this a little more.
It's gonna drive me insane.
We'll take an ad break. We actually have to go to a conference session, but we'll come back and we'll keep on keeping on a little later today.
That's gonna drive me crazy.
We're back. We're still under a tree.
Yay. Okay,
Maybe
I've thought about it.
You want to talk about this more? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else is there to discuss?
Well, the Golam and everything else that happens.
Yeah, we'll get there.
All right.
It's like, okay, so here's what's going on with me. This is driving me crazy. We're thinking about, okay, so I was looking at the map, and I see you telling me
I'm
to be
making the
louder.
louder gesture at her, and she's not getting louder.
I'm working on it. Okay, so, but I'm in my contemplation voice,
yes,
and my
it is.
contemplation voice isn't always very loud.
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
so here's the thing. I feel like, okay, so I was sitting here going, okay, it's got to be something having to do with Camelin, because you wouldn't force him to stay in Camelin if she wasn't like, okay, and he has a big army. It's not going to be anything that's like channeling related, right? Because he'd be useless.
Yep.
So it's got to be like some kind of army. I think she's thinking that there's going to be some kind of surprise attack.
Wait, there's another. We keep on encountering spiders. I think we need to go sit on the bench, Allie.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go sit on the bench, but we'll walk
Spiderland.
and talk on our way. I can't pick up my backpack and hold the phone. Okay, we're fine.
We're in Spiderland. Oh yeah, look, there's another one.
We're surrounded. There's spiders everywhere. We've sat in the wrong place. The tree has rejected us.
Sorry, trees.
All right. So you were saying?
Okay. All right. Well, hold on. Let's get to the bench.
Okay. Okay, we've traded spiders for some car noise.
All right. So here's what I'm thinking. All right. Blah, 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 blah. So Varen is not a risk taker. She wants Matt in Camelin for a reason. I feel like it wouldn't be even actually that surprising if he opened up the letter and it was like, stay in Camelin for 30 days.
That would be realistic, I
That'd be
suppose.
actually really funny.
That would be very funny.
Wait, I would kind of love that from her.
That would be really fucking fun. Well, then would he open it, or would he wait 30 days and then open it? Actually, no. No matter when he opens it, he has to do the instructions.
Yeah, stay in Camelin until X, right? So yeah, like the last battle's coming, but I feel like they're not like, and yeah, that might be fought all over the world, you know, in a way. But I'm like, Elaine is very vulnerable right now, right? Because I have a feeling that they know the dragon's into her, right? She's pregnant. No one knows.
And literally has. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and no one knows who the father is, right? I feel like somebody at some point is going to put two and two together.
Air quotes. Nobody knows.
Yeah, but like somehow that information's gotta get out, right? They're already going after
Because it's
everyone.
obviously not David fucking Hanlon.
No, it's obviously. and
Sorry,
he's, like,
Elaine, that was
the
a
most
bad cover.
obvious dark friend there is.
He's in jail now too.
What she should have done is like get Lavender married to somebody. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Get publicly Lavender married to, I don't know, who's like the gayest person in the books.
Charles Guy
Val
Bond.
and Luca.
It's not Charles Guy Bond.
Not
Val
that.
and Luca is definitely not.
I mean, in my head, at least
With the way he was
bisexual.
behaving towards Nynaeve.
Yeah, but that's Robert Jordan. Like,
Yeah.
Robert Jordan makes the gay man hit on women.
Who is the gayest man? There is a canonically gay dude, but he doesn't show up until later.
But you know what I mean? Like, get Lavender. I'm sure someone in the royal family, like everybody's whispering about, get Lavender married to that guy, right? Have an agreement, Rhaenyra style. Spoilers for House of the Dragon, but
Season
it's been
1.
out for several years.
Yeah.
So, get Lavender married, do your thing, chicken wang, right? And then, but she's vulnerable, and I feel like somebody's gonna put two and two together that these are the Dragon Reborn's babies that she's carrying, right? Someone's gonna figure it out, right? It's obvious. So she's vulnerable. Also, Camelin's on the way to Tar Valon. If like things are coming through like the north, it also would help to take the south. So then you pincer Tar Valon between these two forces. That sucks.
Sure. Camelin is pretty central to the whole continent. I
Yeah,
feel like.
that's the problem.
kind of on the east, but
It's like you control Camelin.
yeah, but how are you going to get there? Because Camelin is.
So this is what I've been thinking about.
Camelin is.
Show me a map.
Show you.
Show me the map.
Show you. Hold on.
I got to see who's where.
Wheel of Time map. I'm sorry if this is making weird clicking noises.
Okay. So I'm just trying to think of like all the places in play, because it can't be like, because I thought my initial thing was like, oh, the Ashaman, but I was like, well, it can't be, because I'm like, if Varen knew there was a surprise attack coming to Camelin.
Is this what you were thinking of throughout the whole conference session?
No.
Okay.
Well, like I let my,
Because if so, I was going to be very impressed.
I let my subconscious stew on it. My conscious mind was busy.
So here's Tarwin's Gap up here, right? Mm-hmm. Here's Tar Valon. Mm-hmm. Here's Camelin. The Black Tower is right outside of Camelin. Mm-hmm. This down here, Farmatting, you mentioned the Borderlanders. They're down here.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Altara.
I don't like that. I don't like that I don't like that.
The Shan are over here.
Because there's something weird going on with those Borderlanders, no?
Well, what do they want, Allie? They want something.
Speak to the dragon.
Did they want to talk to him? Are they gonna talk to him?
Well, it's unclear.
Were they gonna slap the shit out of him?
Oh,
Slap
here's
the
an
shit out of
interesting
him.
thing. Because we also haven't really had any like dark friend, not wealthy people, like royalty, really, other than Moraine's uncle, right? But there's precedent.
There's precedent. Yeah.
Because it would be very helpful to have dark friend.
It would be. Nobility.
I mean, don't you think you'd recruit the shit out of those people?
But they don't always have...
Also eat the rich.
Yes, but they also don't always... They often are not the people striving for status. They have
That's
status.
a joke. Don't eat anybody.
Yeah.
What?
They're not the people striving for status. Dark friends are usually people who want more. Right?
Okay. There is no point at which it's ever enough for those people.
That's true. That's true.
Come on.
Hold on. Wait, you can't pull the phone away. It's the recording device.
That's why billionaires exist. They're like, there's just never enough. There's never enough money.
Right.
Right? Like, we never get to a point where we're, like, done trying to conquer the fucking world. It's stupid. Anyway, so it could be that that's just, like, a group of bad nobles.
Who, in the Borderlanders?
The Borderlanders,
It's
yeah.
all of the royalty.
Well, because they've also been getting fucked over and over and over again up north.
They have...
And so after a certain point of seeing that much suffering and just being exposed to that much shit, after a certain point, you're like,
that's
this is a
Ingtar.
losing... Exactly. That's what I'm
Ingtar.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, it might not just end with Ingtar.
Yeah, it could be.
Right? Like, they might also be like, we're going to lose. So let's join them instead.
Well, Tenobi is there too, though, with this group.
Well, we don't know if Tenobi is good.
No.
We barely know her. We've just heard about her. Listen, plenty of people have shitty cousins.
Yeah, that's true.
Plenty of good people have shitty cousins. Plenty of good people have shitty parents.
The guy from Eye of the World, whose name is suddenly escaping me because I haven't thought about him in a while. The general. Oh my fucking god, the fucking guy. The general, the guy at the end of the book.
Who?
The guy.
What guy?
The general. The guy. God damn it, what the fuck? Ugh.
Yeah, but... I mean, they sent here in...
Agelmar. Agelmar's with this group.
Oh. Yeah, but wasn't his sister a dark friend?
No.
Wait, what happened?
His sister was manipulated by Leandrin. Leandrin was like, I could kick the shit, slap the shit out of you.
I'm just saying. It seems like Varen is aware that there may be a surprise attack coming from normals. So it's not going to be the Ashaman, right? It's not going to be... And I'm just like, what other armies are there? I guess the Shan-Chan are a possibility, but they just got spanked over here.
They're over here, and they just got kicked in. Well, they had a pretty even fight in Tarvalon.
Okay, so they had but they ultimately got spanked. Right. And now they're back here again?
Trollocs can't exactly get here.
No.
Because
so it's not
they can't go through gateways.
I mean, I guess we could have a way gate open, but it sounds like the Ents are going to war, right? Basically, with the fucking...
They went to... What did they do? They went to all the steading, right?
Yeah.
And they shut...
Well, and they shut all the way gates, right? So that's probably not going to happen. So I don't think it's Trollocs. I'm trying to just eliminate things. The Shan-Chan, it seems like... Well, because again, I'm thinking about this pincer thing.
Right.
Right? Where I'm like, if they come in through the north, they're going to want a group in the south. So I'm like, well, it wouldn't be the Shan-Chan then, because that would require something in the north. And we know that this area is getting absolutely spanked right now, right? The Shinar, that area. At the very beginning of this book, didn't we check in with a guy and his son? And
yeah, invasion has started from the north.
Where was that?
Ch8, I think it's up here. They're coming out of the Blight.
Yeah, but see,
or Meridon.
We're going to Tarvalon. I swear to God, they want to spank Tarvalon again. So
as a reminder,
and this would be a good time to do it. You know why?
What?
Because they've already just first of all, they've just kind of restabilized.
Yeah.
Right. Again, I do think Daemon Dread must be in the north.
You have bounced around a lot on Daemon Dread.
Yeah, but I'm just because the South is not prepared for the forces. So destabilizing that area would be a good idea.
The other thing I want to point out, by the way, when you remember where Rand said Egwene should meet him when they're basically ready for the last battle?
Where?
Field of Marilor, which is right here. It's just north of Tarvalon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm thinking Damon Dread might be in this Farmatting group.
The Farmatting Borderlanders?
Yeah, I think he somehow is fucking with them. Yeah, because he wants basically on his command, right, for this group in the north and this group in the south to pincer Andor Tarvalin area.
Well, this is kind of
because if he can get Andor, he's got like a clear shot to Tarvalin.
So you're thinking
and then this group in
why
the
would
north,
Varen know this?
She was a Dark Friend.
Does that mean she's privy to all the military plans?
I mean, she is privy to a lot of shit.
Sure.
She's been privy to a lot of shit. Like, I have a feeling, I mean, why wouldn't she be, like, somehow able to know this shit? Well, because if the plan is attack Tarvalin again, right, eventually.
That
or
would
get
probably
get
be
Elaine.
One of the
because Elaine is also a really valuable bargaining chip.
Caemlyn,
right? Think about it.
Well, here's the other thing. I guess if you're thinking somebody's attacking from Farmatting up and Tarvalin down, Caemlyn is a pretty natural resupply point or a pretty natural junction choke point for a lot of different things. So you would want to control it, right? You could also get up to Kyrian from there.
It could also be the Shan-Chan.
It could, but the Shan-Chan are not explicitly in league with the Dark Friends.
No.
Right? So why would Varen have knowledge for that?
Yeah, it's got to be dark. That's a really good point. It's got to be Dark Friend specific. Plus, I feel like the Shan-Chan are doing other shit. They have their sights on Tarvalin.
Right.
Right? But Elaine, it's Ch8. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look, from Ch8, that Ch8's like a straight shot down to Andor.
Andor's weird, though, because none of this is inhabited.
Farmatting's right there. Well, where's Caemlyn?
Caemlyn is right there at this crossroads.
Super close to Farmatting, no?
It's not very far. It's about
Ch8.
300 miles.
And then we go Ch8 down. How far is that?
This is basically Louisiana up to the middle of Missouri.
Okay, but that's not
Southern
like,
Louisiana.
That's not like a crazy trip.
No.
Like.
Well, not Missouri. I'm sorry. Alabama.
What about Ch8 down?
Ch8?
To Caemlyn.
To Caemlyn? North Dakota down to
Everyone who
Atlanta.
doesn't live in the U.S. is like, okay, so that's pretty far. That's a hoof, but like, that was the start
for a European. I don't know, Denmark down to Athens.
But
that's
still
not
doable.
That's not far enough. Denmark to Croatia.
And we also do have gateways as a possibility.
Right.
Like, so, but I'm just feeling like there's going to be some kind. And Elaine is a very useful bargaining chip.
She would be.
If you have her.
You have the Dragon Reborn's unborn children.
Yeah. You have his unborn children and his wife. One of his wives.
One of his wives.
I feel like she's very useful and valuable as a prisoner.
Probably.
Right, we already had.
Well, Elaine, and also again, Caemlyn is one of the biggest cities in the world.
Yes, so like this would be kind of like getting Caemlyn would be a win in a lot of ways, and they lost control of Caemlyn, but they have already in their strategy wanted to have Caemlyn. Like that's what the whole Margaze and Lord Gabriel thing was.
Again, here's the thing. Elaine is very aware of where the Borderlanders are. And what they're doing.
Yes, but they don't think that they're a problem.
But she told them, fuck off to Farmatting. She actually used them as a distraction, remember? She said, please march through my kingdom. Please.
Yeah, but that may be a mistake later.
But now she's consolidated control. She doesn't need that. She can tell them to fuck off.
But she hasn't yet. They're still hanging out in Farmatting.
This isn't Andor. It's a different country.
Yeah, but that might be exactly what they want. They might want to just park there and wait for the signal.
So they don't want anything to do with Rand. They are lying in wait to attack Elaine.
I don't know. I'm just speculating.
I'm just saying she would.
I think it would have been a win either way. Yeah. Well, Rand's not talking to them.
No, he hasn't yet.
I'm just like, I can't think of another fucking why would they want to talk to Rand? Why do they give a shit about Rand?
So let's reestablish where you are right now. You've decided that
I haven't decided anything.
You are leaning towards the idea that Varen's letter is there is going to be a military attack on Caemlyn. You and your army need to be there. Mm-hmm. That's reasonable.
Because why else would she? Because I'm like, Varen is not a woman to leave things to chance.
No. Oh.
She's not the kind of broad. who would leave shit up to chance, okay?
I need to explain why the sound of trees just went away, if it did. My phone rang. I picked it up. We went to dinner. We got home. We talked to people for a while. They went to bed. We went to bed. And then Allie ate chips for 30 minutes.
Oh, right.
Because I was like, Allie, we need to record. And she said, yeah, let me finish my chips. And then she ate chips. It was actually more like 15 minutes.
I have no regrets.
Were they good?
They were Cool Ranch Doritos. You tell me.
So
They're the best.
in the interest of getting this episode up,
No.
more on your theory, or do you want to continue forward?
Varen's not the kind of brat. Okay, I've probably already said this 6 times now because I don't remember what I've said so far.
Yeah.
But she's not the kind of broad who would leave shit up to chance. Like, I would not be surprised if the letter, when he opens it, it says, stay in Camelin 30 days.
You have said this.
That'd be funny as fuck.
It would be funny.
Actually, I hope that's what it says. I hope it says nothing but stay in Camelin for 30 days. And he's just like, I got played so hard. I hope, that would be the best. That would be the best thing that's ever happened.
It'd be pretty funny.
That'd be so funny. Wait. Okay. So I'm thinking that maybe what?
You already said this.
That they and royalty
Yes.
are shady as fuck.
You said that.
Well, because we don't know Tenobia. People are shitty cousins. I know I've already said this.
Yeah.
I know I've already said this. People are shitty cousins all the time. I don't, actually. But, like, some people do. I'm sure that, like, half the listeners are like, yeah, I got that one cousin. You know? So, here's the thing. Also, we know she's gotta die because we know Perrin and Vail are gonna rule at some point. Like, we just know this. Because in Perrin's fucking flashback, even, or prophecies...
Min viewing.
Whatever. He had a broken crown.
He
now,
did.
what is the throne of Saltea?
The broken crown.
Oh. Yes. The plot is as thick as Perrin's asshole.
It's pretty...
What? I was going to say ass and it came out asshole.
You should probably see a doctor about that.
You have a thick asshole. Can you have a thick asshole?
I wouldn't know.
Is that something that can be thickened?
I don't know.
What kind of squats would lead to that? It's so late.
Oh, really? Why is it so late, Allie? Do you want some more Doritos? I fully encourage the eating of Doritos.
I would like more tea. Hold on.
No, no, do not, you dare. Don't you dare. Okay. So Matt, they get back to camp.
No.
And they're at camp, and they're outside of Camelin. Mm-hmm. They're thinking about the Golan. They're like, we got to get this shit figured out.
We gotta go, Lam.
Yeah.
Okay. And then all of a sudden he's here.
Wait, this is nice though. We get a little. Brandon keeps putting these in. Tom stepped up beside him. It seems forever since we left here last, doesn't it, Matt? Burn me, but it does, Matt said. Whatever convinced us to go hunting those fool girls. Next time they can save themselves. Tom eyed him. Aren't we about to do the same thing when we go to the Tower of Genji? Which they are going to do soon.
I mean, yeah, but... Yeah. Thank God.
I think this is also really funny.
Because it's been on my fucking bingo card for a billion years.
This is also really funny. What has Matt been doing for the entire chapter?
Thinking about going to the Tower of Genji?
No. What has he been... What have you just talked about for 30 minutes?
Thinking about the letter?
Yeah. He's been thinking about the letter for 30 minutes. Tom seemed thoughtful a lot lately, moping around, caressing that worn letter from Warrain. It was only a letter. Come on.
Oh my God. He's in love with her. You dunce. I love you, Matrim.
So, here, wait, scoot back up. Here, you've slid away. Okay.
No, I have not.
You have. It's funny, they're also like, I wish Basil Gill were around. He always knew what was going on.
Oh, now you want Basil Gill.
Yeah. Honestly, the rest of this chapter, not a ton happens. They make plans and they talk about... Tom doesn't trust Varen, by the way. He thinks there's something off about her.
Well, he's right.
Impeccable.
But she's dead now, so...
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
Is he like, don't open that letter?
They're talking about getting to Genji because Bail Domon described it. Matt doesn't really remember being there because that was when he was dagger sick.
Tom has witchy girl intuition.
Where are we going to find someone to make a gateway? Varen has vanished. I'll find a way. If you don't, we'll end up spending weeks traveling to the place. I'll find us a gateway, Matt said. Maybe Varen will come back and release me from this bloody oath. Best that one stays away, ToM said. I don't trust her. There's something off about that one.
That's so Raven.
She's Aes Sedai, Matt said. There's something off about them all. But for an Aes Sedai, I kind of like Varen, and I'm a good judge of character. You know that.
Well, he's not technically wrong.
No.
Because, I mean, she is ultimately a good person.
Yeah.
Just in a bad situation. She knew they needed a spy on the inside. By the way, I love for me that I figured out that they needed a spy on the inside.
Yes, you were so close.
It was
so great.
Close. I just had the wrong girl.
The Aes Sedai have come back to camp.
Woman, sorry.
Yeah.
Lady, broad, gal.
Matt's stressed.
Femme.
He's having memories.
Ew.
And Teslin walks up to him and is like, hey, we gotta talk. And Matt is like, you're already talking. And he opens his tent. And do you remember this whole thing?
There's blood in there.
Well, before that, Tesla's talking to him, and she's like, hey, I gotta go back to the White Tower. And he's like, okay. And she goes, I just wanted to say thank you. And he's like, huh? Do you remember this?
Mm-hmm.
You be, of course, rightly skeptical, but we cannot ignore the news. Even Edicina, who foolishly sided with the rebels, does wish to return. We do plan to go in the morning, as it is your habit to sleep late. I wanted to come to you tonight in order to give you my thanks. Your what? Your what? My thanks.
Edicina did not foolishly side with the rebels,
My thanks.
considering, you know.
Yeah, they won. My thanks, Master Cawthon, Teslin said dryly. This trip did not be easy upon any of us. There have been moments of tension. I do not say that I agree with each decision you made. That do not remove the fact that without you I would still be in Seanchan hands. She shivered. I pretend during my more confident moments that I would have resisted them. It do be important to maintain some illusions with yourself, would you not say? And they shake hands.
That's
and
nice.
Matt is like, hey, you can have some horses.
That's nice.
And she goes, I thought you didn't have any horses. And he goes, I counted my horses again. Yeah,
Aww.
you can have a few. I did not come here to you tonight to manipulate you into giving me horses, Teslin said. I do be sincere. I figured, Matt said. That's why I made the offer. And then he steps into the tent and he smells blood. And that's the end of chapter 8. And we're not going to do chapter 9 tonight because it's too late. But anything about Teslin?
I like Teslin.
Yeah.
All told.
Yeah.
Which makes me nervous.
Sure.
Why do I have to like her now?
Well,
What's going to happen to Teslin,
they treated
you guys?
Matt fairly poorly for most of this trip.
Yes, but now they're friends and he's giving them horses.
Well, she's leaving. She's going back to White Tower.
Or we find her bloody head on a stick somewhere in the middle of the forest because the golem got her.
I suppose that is also possible.
Why are we being made to... I don't want to feel...
That's not
you
true.
bastards. I don't want to feel...
You love to feel.
It's
your
true.
favorite
I
thing.
do. I love to
You
feel.
love to feel.
I love feeling. Feelings are great. Wait, especially after like I opened up all my repressed, suppressed bullshit feelings.
Yeah, you love
now
them.
it's like
You're all about them.
because they only last like 90 seconds now.
Yeah.
Like feelings once you don't have any like stuff that you're carrying lasts like 3 minutes.
Anything else about this chapter? No.
Why am I being made to like Teslin now? You're all lulling me into a false sense of security, and then you're gonna kill Teslin in some sort
Teslin's
of
been the
horrible,
dark one all
sad way.
along.
No, it's gonna be sad because now that we like her, it's gonna be like we're gonna be walking through the forest, and all of a sudden, what's that? A head on a stick? It's Teslin. It's Teslin's beautiful head on a stick. She do be dead.
Thanks for
That's
listening.
what you're all gonna do to me, you manipulative fucks. I'm on to you.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We have social media if you want to know what we got going on. It's linked below. We also have a Patreon. If you want to support us that way, it's patreon.com/wheeltakes. You can always leave us a rating and a review if you want. It helps a lot. Other than that, anything else, Allie?
Teslin, dead, dying, doomed, hanging from I don't know.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.
You're all gonna die. No, what? I don't know what's happening.
Bye.
Bye.